All right, so this is going to be a very interesting topic for today's show. I wanted to talk about VidCon and this kid, Christian Burns. Now, I'm a little bit late to the punch on this story because I was doing my E3 rewinds and all that kind of stuff, but there's a bigger issue here that I want to tackle. But let me just get and get you like honed in on what happened in case you missed it. I will link an article below if you want to read the whole thing. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Like I said, I feel like there's a bigger topic to discuss here. Anyway, he was at VidCon, got into a verbal argument with one of the security guards, and basically started fronting, if you want to call it that. He started saying things like, yo, man, you're ugly, and look at your shoes. And of course, the guys at work, right? Who wears their best shoes to work? The guy's got his security uniform on. He starts blowing up his shoes and he starts saying, I'm famous, right? Because apparently he's some Instagram model. They call him a social media model. Anyway, so he starts laying all these verbal insults on this dude. And the dude really played it off. I think the dude's name was Joe, I believe. The security guard played it off like he should. You know, he tried to just be chill and all that kind of stuff. But you could tell he was... Because there's a video online with this whole thing. Like I said, I'll put a link to that in the description. But you could tell he was frustrated at this kid trying to pose as like an adult. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, just laying down all these verbal insults on this guy. And, you know, of course, he had a crowd behind him, so he was all juiced up or whatever. And I don't know, man. Come to find out, the dude was basically coming at this security guard as, look, I'm famous and you're not. So I should get special treatment and everybody should look at me because I'm famous and you're just a blue collar security worker. And that's kind of where I want to take this. I think that he since apologized for the whole thing, obviously, because it was probably affecting his jobs and his income, which typically everybody apologizes when it affects their pocket. You know what I'm saying? The question would have been, would he apologize if it didn't affect his pocket? And based on what I've heard from the guy, I don't think he would have. But I want to talk about the issue of being famous. First off, this idea where another human being who's just like you is any better than you is ridiculous. It's absolutely retarded. I hate it. I hate this idea where if I'm going to a concert, that the way that I show my appreciation for whoever's the artist on stage performing is that I run at them, right? Full blast with paper in hand to get a signature from another human being, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And I have to get a selfie with this person because they're what? They're famous. They're famous in your brain. Famous is something that we invent in our brain, right? Like I got 10,000 subscribers. Do you guys think I go to the grocery store near my house to get food and I say to the clerk, hey man, your boy should get a discount. I got 10,000 followers on YouTube. What up? They don't care, right? And even if I had 10 million, the fact that I think that I, as a human being, just like you, should get special treatment for anything is insane. It's absolutely ridiculous that people think they have that. Now, look, that's not to say that there's some people who, like I used to know a guy back in Georgia who was a firefighter, right? And walked into a place to eat one day. We went to, I believe it was Chick-fil-A or some place like that. And he had on a hat. He wasn't even thinking, but he had on a hat with the firefighter logo on it, right? And the lady just hooked him up with a discount because he's a firefighter, right? To me, that's pretty cool. But he didn't go in there demanding it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I put out 7 fires yesterday. Hook me up with some free chicken. He didn't do that because that's crazy. It's crazy to think that you're entitled to anything in this world. If you're watching this video right now and you just have an account on YouTube, you have 0 videos and all you do is watch videos on YouTube, I am not better than you. And you are not better than me. We're the same people. You know what I mean? I often say that humans are the smartest, dumbest people on the planet. We're the same people that learn how to fly, send people to the moon, you know, do all this cool stuff. And these same people that we deem as the smartest people on the planet are the same people that it goes into a grocery store or like a super center, like a Walmart or a Target, goes in there for 20 minutes, comes out and forgets where their car is. See what I'm saying? Like, we're smart, but we're stupid. And the fact that we get all gassed up on the fact that we have all these followers and all this kind of stuff is ridiculous. And the fact that this kid thought that he could get special treatment from security because he was quote unquote famous is really laughable. You know what I mean? It's so insane. And I wanted to talk about that. If any of you ever meet me on the street, I swear to you, if you run at me flying, like if you run at me full sprint with your phone in your hand and some pieces of paper want an autograph and all this nonsense, I will think you're crazy and I will not interact with you. You know what I mean? There's excitement and then there's just stupidity. If you walk up to me and you're giddy, right? And you're like, are you Exonovit? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And we have a conversation. That's what I'm all about. I'm no better than you. Period. You know what I mean? It's like when you went into, let's say you go into a restaurant tomorrow and there's a janitor mopping the floor. Do you run up to the janitor and go, oh my God, you're the janitor. Oh, and go freak out. Let me get your autograph. You don't do that. Why? Because he's just doing his job. But when we look at these people, these artists and these people that, you know, like Tom Hanks or somebody like that who does these movies, right? We think that that's different. Whereas the janitor gets up every morning, goes to work, does his routine, punches the clock, punches out. So do artists. It's their routine to get up on stage and sing for 2.5 hours or do a movie for 6 months. That's their routine. That's their job. They're simply doing their job. But for whatever reason, we think these people are just more fantastical than we are. So don't ever give anybody more value than you give yourself. Everybody's equal, man. So if you ever see me on the street, just treat me like a normal human being. That's exactly what I am. I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow.